And so what I'm hoping is that you will permit me to just ramble in an illogical sequence about those things that, as I was growing up in the industry, I found to be particularly important, and which I accept today as extraordinarily important elements in a happy and successful career. And then if we have some time left over, I actually mentioned that I'd be fine with some questions. So with that, and when you get to be my age, what you do is you make sure you've got notes so that you don't lose it somewhere in the middle. So I think one of the things you need to understand my perspective is my story. So I came to banking rather late. I was a 32-year-old first-year associate. I'd been in the military for 9 years. I had a law degree. I'd actually commanded a company in Germany, and then I was, chief prosecutor in the Northeast and senior defense counsel, and then went off to business school. Tried my hand at consulting, got to work with Michael Porter and Mark Fuller before he started Monitor. It's an extraordinary experience, but what I realized is it was too much like more school. And so I got turned on to banking. I had many opportunities with different ilk coming out of business school. And what I ended up doing is I actually was interviewed by someone who I thought I could get along with extraordinarily well. And I ended up working with that individual at 3 different firms for 17 years. To this day, we remain extraordinarily close, and everyone should have a mentor like that. And so a lot of the lessons and things I'm going to share with you are things that he actually imparted to me. So when we got to Credit Suisse, DLJ had 65 bankers deployed in energy globally. Credit Suisse had 100. We put the 2 groups together. We ended up with some 164 folks globally. I was running power in an energy technology group, which went away when the technology bubble burst in 2002. And what I was seeing is I was actually seeing some really important stuff going on in Germany. You had Q-Cells and Conergy getting IPO'd in the early 2000s. And there was a guy by the name of Hermann Scheer, to whom we all owe a lot. He was the one who actually focused on in the environment as an important legislative focus for Germany. And it was their mandates that started what was the push into renewables. And I always think, we kind of forget, this is a nascent industry. It's not been around forever. And you can go back to the 80s when you had some wind companies and Kenetech and Flowwind and others. But by and large, what you do is, breaking new ground every day. So I started the renewables group. We were the first organized group on the street, 2005. And then what I ended up doing is I actually saw an opportunity to put capital to work in a very smart way, and just dying to go to private equity. And so with Credit Suisse's blessing, went to a firm called Hudson Clean Energy Partners, and over the course of a year and a half, we raised over $1 billion for a first-time fund. It was pretty extraordinary. So that was what drove the way I look at things on that experience.